Hi, I'm Greta.
And I'm Claudia. And welcome to Knitters and Critters, where we talk about Critical Role Campaign 3.
Woohoo! We're on to episode 26. And some interesting shit went down this episode. So many lore drops, so little time.
Yeah, a lot of reveals, a lot of hints about what's to come.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some serious reckoning.
Yeah.
There's a serious reckoning coming up with with
Should we start with Dusk? Yeah. Oh my god. This blew my freaking mind. I love it though. I love it because I don't know that they've ever done a guest that is evil before.
I think that there is this unspoken feeling that a guest is going to play a character that's going to be on your side.
Yeah.
And I know that some people were kind of feeling a little sus about Dusk, but yeah, we got confirmation that they are sketchy.
Yeah, they're up to no good. I love this. I think it's going to be really interesting for Fern to kind of have to deal with, you know, what her family really is up to. Because, like, this whole episode, she kept returning to the idea that her parents are out to save the world and that her parents are doing, like, this really important mission. And maybe they are doing an important mission, but towards the end of the episode, it started to strike me as, like, oh, this is just what your grandma told you. Like, these letters that you received are like your letters from Santa.
Right.
Like, you're really clinging to
Grandma
this.
was the one that...
Yeah, so that's kind of heartbreaking. But dang, I'm excited for the Dusk reveal. I love how Erica is, like, pushing Fern and really everyone in the Bell's house to be their most reckless selves. I think that is
good
so
sabotage,
devious.
Good manipulation. Props to Erica. She's doing a really good job.
Also, I'm kind of interested, like, we have Dusk. I think they're looking for, like, the Moonlit Crown, the Nightmare King. Like, this is all seems very tied in. I'm wondering if she's, like, got any relations to the Nightmare King at all. And in fact, later in the episode, towards the end, when they saw those batteries that Fern's parents had been buying, and someone had mentioned, oh, these are like a lot like what the Nightmare King had, Dusk never asked who the Nightmare King was.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a little...
That could be...
a little shady there.
I will do, like, anything to get the Nightmare King back. I think he is such an interesting antagonist character. I want to know his whole deal.
yeah. And I'm very glad. I know that we have said a couple of times that, you know, the party doesn't seem to have a purpose for everybody to be there. And what I liked about this episode was that it was sort of just, okay, this is a little bit of the bigger picture that, you know, this group is up against, and each of them has this sort of spot that they need to play in order for the entire party to be successful. Yeah. And it is going to be heartbreaking for Fern. I feel...
It is. But Fern is so universally beloved by the party that I think her going through this kind of, like, trouble and trauma will draw everyone, and especially those, like, periphery characters like Chetney, who really don't have a solid reason for traveling with everyone other than that they're going in the direction that Chetney was going anyway. But Chetney obviously really likes Fern, you know, romance aside. So her getting into trouble, I think, would be enough to draw him in closer. And, like, you know, obviously the Exandria Unlimited crew are going to be fully behind her. And FCG obviously loves Fern, too. So
yeah. It's a good choice for somebody to bring the whole party around.
Yeah, without us having to resort to killing Lord Estros, which I know I bring up every episode, but maybe this will survive.
She's a murdery one. She's a murdery one.
You know, I'm just ruthless. Speaking of fresh cut grass, though, oh hell, guys, we found out this episode that Dancer is alive.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah.
This is huge for their backstory because, you know, there are so many unanswered questions.
Yeah.
And I think FCG just has so many blank spots into, you know, their background, and now there are even more questions, you know, instead of answering some, even more have come up.
Yeah. Like, not only is Dancer alive and she didn't come back for FCG or try to contact them at all, but she also didn't make fresh cut grass, like she had always told them. Apparently, we learned out that that they are an aormaton of all things. Like, we brought back Bolo. He's boss,
I know.
baby.
You know what? Maybe like if you like turn it upside down, it'll be like property of the Bolo.
Oh my god, that would
It'd
be
be like
hilarious.
if found, return to Bolo.
Return to Bolo.
Bolo has been looking for this for a long time.
Oh, Bolo. We'll work you back in every campaign. Just wait, guys.
Justice for Bolo.
Justice for Bolo. Yeah, I like that Dancer is alive. I think it'll really add some extra needed nuance to Fresh Cut Grass's character. Because so far they have been, kind of on the two-dimensional side, which you sort of expect for someone that doesn't have very many memories and doesn't even really consider themselves a person. But knowing that the automatons of Aor had sentience and were actually seen as independent members of society and not just, robotic slaves, has to kind of help FCG's own sense of personhood. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. So. I mean, they've always been clear that, they don't think they have a soul, so they are not on the same level as everyone else in the party, but this changes things. It'll be interesting to see how this ties into sort of everything else.
Yeah. I also really like the character of Imahara Joe. I think Matt always has really good, like, shopkeeper and merchant characters that, like, befriend the party. And, I'm feeling this guy. He seems really solid and good. So, looks like we've got a car race ahead of us, possibly. Something I think we've talked about, I don't know if we've talked about it on screen before, but we've kind of been feeling like this campaign needed a little bit of a push forward into the action. And it seems like Matt did that this campaign when he had the Paragons come and say, hey, we saw you staking out our place. What the hell is up with that? Thank goodness. I really think that the Bells Held needed that. They're all really experienced players, of course, but it seems like they've had a couple episodes of just, like, making plans and not, like, necessarily doing the thing. Yeah. So this seems like a good push into the doing the thing category of stuff. So yeah, I'm really interested about the whole Death Wish run. Is that what it's called, right?
That should be interesting. It's like a cross between the race in Greece and the pod racing scene.
I just keep thinking about the Kessel Run, Star Wars.
Yeah. I can't wait for the description of it. I think I'm looking forward to what Matt has up his sleeve and like describing this.
And dang, I really want to know who's going to be driving that thing, who's going to be the support person, because it sounds like possibly only 2 of the characters will be able to go on, maybe 3 if they really crowd in with the small people, but ooh, it's going to be interesting.
I mean, Dusk could volunteer Fern to do it, and then
or
maybe
it'll be Dusk
something.
and Fern. We'll do it together, and maybe
something.
they go after Fern during the run. Oh, I didn't even think about that, but that would be really interesting. Oh gosh, all the things, and all minds burn. What the hell is up with that?
That was a little creepy.
Yeah, there's like little moldy hive mind that they've got going / opium den or.
Oh my gosh.
That was Matt did a really good job with the descriptions of like the whole Palace of the All Minds Burn and that Icefira character whose name just evaporated out of my brain. But it was a really cool
It was a really good episode, and I think it hints at more like sort of action and eventful episodes to come, which is what I know I've been feeling that, and I've mentioned that a couple times on this blog, and I'm very excited for the pod racing scene. That's what I'm calling it, like the pod racing scene.
It's gonna be good. Any other highlights for you from this episode?
Well, not really a highlight, but I think Imogen is like right there. That's the knife, that's the edge, and I think Imogen is right there.
I feel like she could really go either way right now. Especially with the dream that she just had. I was really encouraged that she telepathically messaged Laudna. I had a dream, I really want to talk to you about it. We had to go, but so that was encouraging to me. Did you catch the ladies night 4-sided dive at all?
No, I haven't yet.
So
but I'm planning.
Laura mentioned how she's playing Imogen, particularly post Gnarl Rock, and she was saying that in her mind, when you're under the magical influence of something, it doesn't make sense to her for that influence to just immediately evaporate. So in her mind, what Imogen is going through is kind of like
Withdrawals.
separating out. Yeah, she's going through with the withdrawals right
Detoxing.
now. What's been real and what has been this influence fucking with me, and where do I go now, and all of that, which I think is really interesting. I think, I know, obviously I really want my bitches be witches or witches be bitches group back together. I think it works either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, could be interesting.
Yeah, and I think that if Imogen snaps at some point, my personal preference would be when they found out Dusk. It's a meanie. I'm just saying.
A total like Molly Weasley, not my daughter, you bitch
moment. Right? Like if there's a moment that, when Imogen can just go, that's it. We're going in. Maybe that moment when Dusk is revealed, and that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait until the next episode to find out more. Let us know in the comments what your theories are about
what do you think's gonna
what's
happen?
up with Dusk and Fern and all that nonsense, and who you think's going to be driving the car in the next episode.
That's the important stuff.
Yeah. As always, like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us, keep the lights on over here, and we always love talking to you guys. So yeah, until next time.